Ladies, gentlemen, and concerned citizens of our fragile world, I stand before you today to tackle a question that has haunted humanity for over 7 decades. Should we be worried about nuclear weapons? In a world where the unleashed power of the atom has changed everything, but our modes of thinking, it is a question that continues to reverberate through the corridors of power and the depths of our collective conscience. Let us begin by delving into the historical context that birthed the atomic age. The development of the atomic bomb during World War II ushered in an era of unparalleled destruction. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 forever altered our understanding of warfare, leaving behind devastation and loss on an unimaginable scale. It was a stark reminder of the raw power that humanity had harnessed. Today, we find ourselves in a complex and precarious global landscape. Major nuclear powers, including the United States, Russia, China, and others, continue to maintain formidable arsenals. Recent geopolitical tensions have once again brought nuclear weapons to the forefront, with nations like North Korea and Iran asserting their nuclear ambitions. The aftermath of World War II, I saw the dawn of the Cold War, an era marked by intense geopolitical rivalries between the United States and the Soviet Union. This period was characterized by a perilous arms race, where each side sought to outdo the other in nuclear capabilities. The world held its breath as the Cuban Missile Crisis brought us to the brink of nuclear conflict. It was a time when the policy of mutually assured destruction, aptly abbreviated as MAD, acted as a chilling deterrent that prevented an all-out nuclear war. The Cold War was a period of immense global tension, one in which ideological differences and political brinkmanship often overshadowed the common humanity shared by people on both sides of the Iron Curtain. As nuclear arsenals swelled with ever more powerful weapons, the world found itself living under the shadow of the mushroom cloud. This tense atmosphere infiltrated every aspect of life, from political discourse to popular culture. Families built fallout shelters, and school children practiced duck and cover drills. It was an era where fear of the unknown loomed large, and the possibility of a catastrophic conflict seemed ominously close. This is the Cuban Missile Crisis, perhaps the most perilous moment of the Cold War, unfolded in 1962. The discovery of Soviet missiles in Cuba, capable of striking American cities, brought the world to the edge of an abyss. For 13 tense days, leaders on both sides engaged in high-stakes diplomacy, with the fate of millions hanging in the balance. The crisis ended without a nuclear exchange, thanks to the willingness of both President John F. Kennedy and Premier Nikita Khrushchev to find a peaceful resolution. It was a stark reminder of the destructive potential of these weapons and the imperative of avoiding a direct confrontation. In the midst of this Cold War tension, the concept of mutually assured destruction emerged. MAD was a doctrine built on the terrifying logic that neither the United States nor the Soviet Union could win a nuclear war because the devastating retaliation of the other side would ensure the complete annihilation of both. This grim reality served as a powerful deterrent, preventing any rational actor from initiating a first strike. While the policy was based on a perverse form of stability, it nevertheless prevented the outbreak of a full-scale nuclear conflict. The Cold War ultimately ended, but the lessons learned during that era still resonate today. It was a period of extreme peril and uncertainty, where humanity teetered on the brink of self-destruction. The memory of those dark days serves as a sobering reminder of the need for diplomacy, arms control, and international cooperation to ensure that the world never again finds itself in the shadow of a nuclear precipice. Yet, it's not just the existing arsenals that should give us pause. Emerging technologies, such as hypersonic missiles and cyber warfare, are reshaping the modern nuclear landscape. These developments raise critical questions about deterrence, stability, and the risks of accidental escalation. What are the risks and consequences of a nuclear conflict in the 21st century? It's a question that demands our attention. The immediate casualties of a nuclear exchange would be catastrophic, but the long-term environmental damage and global economic collapse would cast a shadow over generations to come. The concept of limited nuclear war remains a dangerous myth, for the consequences are boundless. Accidental nuclear war is another perilous possibility. Miscommunication or technical failures could trigger a catastrophe that no one wants. It reminds us that as long as nuclear weapons exist, the sword of Damocles hangs perilously above our heads. International efforts for nuclear disarmament persist. The Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, TPNW, represents a global push towards a world without nuclear weapons. However, achieving such a world remains a monumental challenge. Nuclear-armed states are often reluctant to disarm, citing security concerns and strategic imperatives. But should we be worried? In a world where the Cold War has thawed, but the threat of nuclear weapons lingers, the answer is clear. We should be worried, for the specter of nuclear war remains an existential threat to humanity. It's a threat that does not discriminate by borders, politics, or ideologies. The power to unleash unimaginable destruction still rests within the confines of these formidable arsenals, ready to be triggered by miscalculation, misunderstanding, or deliberate intent. The consequences of such an event would not only result in the loss of countless lives, but could irreparably alter the course of our civilization. The scars of Hiroshima and Nagasaki serve as solemn reminders of the devastation that can be wrought by these weapons. Thus, our vigilance and commitment to peace become paramount. We stand at a crossroads where our choices will resonate through the annals of history. It is not merely a matter of politics or strategy. It is a moral imperative. Our vigilance and commitment to peace will define our destiny. Our commitment to disarmament, our unwavering pursuit of diplomatic solutions, and our dedication to preventing the use of nuclear weapons will define our destiny and the legacy we leave for generations to come. The responsibility rests with each of us as global citizens to ensure that the nightmares of nuclear war remain confined to history books and never become a reality in our world. As I conclude, let me leave you with this thought. In a world where the power of the atom remains within our grasp, our responsibility is clear. The question remains, should we be worried? The answer, my friends, lies in our hands. It is up to us to stay informed, to engage in meaningful discussions, and to support efforts for disarmament. For in our collective actions, we hold the power to shape a safer and more peaceful future.